Yo, Glass House. It's gonna be T's nuts. Here to do this weekly recap, man. Check it out. This is week 14. And yeah, y'all see it. Y'all see that. Y'all see that. I ain't worried about no miracle in Miami. Them boys celebrating like they the Eagles. Like they just beat the Pats in the Super Bowl, boy. I'm happy for y'all, Dog fans, man. Y'all got something to cheer about finally. Good for y'all, man. We got bigger fish to fry. You feel me? We're trying to win this AFC East like we always do, and then make it to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? The real Super Bowl, not the regular season Super Bowl. Anyways, back to the task at hand. We got a couple matchups this week. We got a couple people on bye this week. I'm gonna start off with the consolation bracket, and then I'm gonna break that shit down as far as who plays who, and then we're gonna move on to the playoff bracket. All right, consolation bracket. First matchup was between Maori and Braveheart Bandits, I should say. And this is a heartbreak for Braveheart Bandits because they look like they had a shot going into Sunday night, man. Uh, but Jared Goff shit the bed for him. That boy gave him 1 point, 180 yards passing, 4 interceptions, 0 touchdowns, and Tyrell Williams 4 points, Austin Hooper 7. They only got 23 from Landry, and that was the only score worth even talking about. Lamar Miller gave him a decent game, along with Lindsey with 15. As for Maury, Deshaun Watson with 22, Dalvin Cook 18, Julio gave him 30, and the kicker Badgley gave him 19. Like I said, man, this would have been a much closer game if the Bears didn't come to town and put that thing on Jared Goff, man. They fucked his ass up in that game. Um, Hey, Braveheart Bandits, you're out of there, man. No number one draft pick for you next year. So you and Mike ain't got to flip a coin over that shit. The next matchup is Wowo 954 versus I'm Better Than You. This is a pretty easy one for I'm Better Than You. Wowo, of course, he had guys like Matt Breida who wasn't playing, Emmanuel Sanders was on the IR. Just he didn't care. So, I mean, you got your low score of the week. So I'm better than you. You basically got to buy this week too. You got to buy this week, even though you played. Aaron Rodgers 25, 29 from Saquon, 24 from Joe Mixon. Traquan Smith really shit the bed with 0 points, and so did Jimmy Graham with his 3. Okay, so check it. This is gonna be the breakdown for the consolation bracket. Um, Matter of fact, let me say this before I even continue. Any team that lose this week is going to be eliminated, not eliminated, but restricted from doing any adding or dropping. Don't put in any damn waivers. You can't add or drop. You can't. Well, you can do whatever you want to do to your lineup, I guess, but it won't matter because you're not playing any damn body. So look, it's over with. No need to complain about why you can't add drop. Add and dropping at this point is just ruining for the teams that's still playing for something. So I'm gonna restrict you from doing it. In the consolation bracket, we're gonna have Pilo, who was on a bye this week, versus Maori, and then we're gonna have Pat's Haitians versus I'm Better Than You. Remember, there's no third place prize in the consolation bracket, so you win, you lose, you go home. That's simple as that. You win, you move on. You lose, you go home. So the winner of this week matchup is going to play each other next week for the championship, which will determine who's going to get the number one draft pick in the draft next year. Now let's move on to the matchups for the regular playoffs for the money. You know what I'm saying? Um, the first matchup was Humbleweight versus Ordinary Guys, and this is a good matchup. This is a good fantasy matchup because there was some points being scored. You know what I'm saying? Humbleweight had Brady, Tom Brady, the GOAT, TB12, 35 points in a losing effort. And Aaron Jones gave him 18. Devontae Adams gave him 21. T.Y. Hilton gave him 28. Ebron gave him 16. So he had 167 points. And Ordinary Guys, you only had 148. 30 from Zeke, 24 from Gronk, and the rest of the guys pretty much uh, they didn't do too much for you. I put this one on Phil Rivers. Um, Phil Rivers usually have a better week than this, but I don't think he would have scored 19 more points in this game anyways. But he only got you 17, and Gus Edwards, Gus the Bus, only gave you 6 because Kenneth Dixon was back in the mix, and Kenneth Dixon was stealing carries from him, and I think he got a touchdown too from him. So, anyways, ordinary guys, that's it for your season, man. Your season is done. 7-7 is your final record. Humble weight 8-6. You move on to the next round. Um, Next matchup is CMR Canes versus Cowboys Nation, and this was oh boy. I mean, look, this ain't even my team, and I feel bad for that boy CMR Kane. You made a big mistake, bro. You know you did. You played Leonard Fournette and T.J. Yeldon. Like nobody played two running backs for the same team unless it's Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, or maybe Sony Michelle and James White. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you don't play two running backs from the same team, man. You left Derrick Henry on the bench with 47 points. T.J. Yeldon had 2. So that's a difference of 45. You have 45 to 85, you get 130 points. Guess what? Cowboys Nation had 128. So that move by itself, that single move, cost you the game this week, man. Cowboys Nation played like shit. 34 for Dak, 27 for Christian McCaffrey, 21 from the Saints, and then he had 6 dudes with 11 points or less. So 7 with 12 points or less. So, but hey, that was it for your team, man. Along with Anthony Miller, 1 point, Devin Funches 0. You only had one person to score over 20, and that was Tyreek Hill. Even Drew Brees shit the bed with 18 points, 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and a fumble loss. So, hey, CMR Kane, sorry, bro, but you're out of there. I'm gonna have to restrict you, and I'm gonna have to restrict ordinary guys from doing ads, drops. Don't do any waivers, please. Don't put in no waivers because the season is done. We'll see y'all next year. As for the matchups for the playoffs, you're gonna have myself, D's nuts, playing against uh, Humble Way, and you're gonna have Winsett off playing against the Cowboys Nation. The winner of that will move on to the championship game. The losers will end up playing the third place game in an effort to get your money back. So there it is, man. Everybody do your thing. Make some good choices, I guess. Um, May the best team win. D's nuts will see you next week. Week 15 for the recap. Hopefully I'll still be sitting on top. All right. Peace.